Hey, everybody, welcome to Sew Time Club February. It's an honor to have you all with us as members of Sew Time Club. We have a lot to share with you today. There's a lot going on. For example, Sew Expo is going on, and it is awesome. We've got bundles, we've got rebates, we've got all sorts of classes and virtual events going on. So remember, if you want to check out the Baby Lock booth, you can just go to Sew Expo on our website and check it out. But that's not why we're here. We're here because it's your time. It's Sew time. And today, we're so fortunate to have Debbie Boyce, who's going to be leading us in this very first Sew Time Club presentation. Now, before I turn it over to Debbie, what I would like to share with you is that, yes, we're going to be giving away gifts, prizes, and we're going to be giving away 10 different prizes. But because it's virtual, we're going to do it, let's say a little bit more organized. So what you want to do in order to qualify for the drawing today, for you Sew Time Club members, is you're going to want to make a comment like, Eddie's my favorite, a comment like, Mo's my favorite, a comment like, I like Jonathan, a comment like, Debbie's awesome. I could go on and on. Carrie's beautiful. Kirsten even. Anybody you want, even Scott. And you will be entered into the drawing for the prizes. So, without further ado, we want to now turn it over to Debbie so that you get this Sew Time Club presentation started. So, here we go.
Hi guys. So now we are ready to learn some things on your sculpture. You guys are going to have just some fun, quick things I wanted you to be able to get your sculpture out, because that's the one thing that I've heard everybody say that, well, I want to do something with sculpture, I forgot how to do my sculpture, and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you two quick, simple projects that we're going to do. And we are going to be using, I will show you, the double bicycle 36 millimeter from Baby Lock. So that's what I already have on my machine, all set to go. And the project that we're going to do is going to be for masks. And when we were out of, when the pandemic started and we were out of elastic, so we had to think of other ways to make our masks. And this is the way that I did it, which is very easy to do. And now people are complaining that they have their ears hurt. So the elastic is bothering bothering people now because they wear it for so long now. So they think of another way to make a mask. So I will go step by step through this, and hopefully, if you have any questions, Mo will be able to answer questions for me. And so I'm going to get started. So everybody, you all have like your layer cakes. If you don't know what a layer cake is, I'll pull one just off the shelf behind me. This is a layer cake. So all I did was I used one piece of layer cake. So my dimensions were obviously 10 inches by 6. And what I did was, so I put my pleats in. These are my pleats. And I put 3 pleats in. And then I pressed it. And then I put my one clip in to hold it, pressed it really, really good. And then on my spare piece of fabric that I had about, about 2 inches or so, I did this right here. I made little ends for the end of my mask. And you don't have to do this. I didn't make like hundreds of masks like a lot of you guys did. I know we had a customer that made over 1,000 masks. So I wouldn't recommend it for the 1,000 masks that we have. But I only did like, maybe like 20. So what I did was I sewed it on the ends, and then I folded it over. So that way I have a nice clean mask ready to go. But if you're doing like the tons and tons of masks that a lot of people are, honestly, I probably would just serge my ends and not put the ends on it. But that's personal preference for you. So that gives you a nice clean look, but you can serge it, you can zigzag it, because if you don't have a serger, you can zigzag that. So on the next part, this is where I used the bias binder on my machine. And this is where I attach my mask. So it's very easy to attach your mask, and everything is folded in on there. You got a clean look. Everything's just looks absolutely fabulous. So on my binder, so I have it attached to my serger. And the thing I did test this, because you can move it either left or right and line it up with your needles. So you definitely want to do a test on this before you go and do it. And then on my strap here, I did mark it. I marked the center and like the beginning of my mask and then the end of my mask right there. So that way I know when to put my mask in the binder here. All right, so let's start here and make sure that whenever you use your cover on your serger, that you already have fabric underneath the foot. They don't like to be started, cover hems don't like to be started without some fabric underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and I do hold it up at an angle just a little bit, and I just gently guide it. So I'm going to start. And now I see my first line coming through. And then when I see it go right here, that's when I'm going to add the bottom part of my mask. And I'm going to put it in my groove there. Feed it in. It's going to be all smooth. And that's it. And then what I do, because the ends are always funky, whether you start them or end them, I'll always trim a little bit off my ends. I'm going to clip it. And then all I'm going to do is tie a knot. And then I'll do that to all pieces. I'm just going to tie a knot on there. And see how it turned out. Hold on. Voila. And then now I can bring out my pleats, and then it will fit perfectly over your face on here. And I do hand wash these because I want my pleats to stay in. And so when I hand wash them, I'm careful, and then I pull it like this, and then I let them dry. And then I do them. I will be honest, I do have the Laura Star iron that, is supposed to take all the bacteria out of it. So I do use that on my mask because awesome, why not? So that is like the easiest way to make masks. And that way, this just ties around, and that way it's not hurting your ears. So either way, this will fit a ton of people. I mean, whether you have a small face or a large face, doesn't matter. Just make it go around. And then this whole width right here is the width of 45-inch fabric. And what I put in here is 1 3/8 inches, and I'll tell you how I came up with that in just a minute. But this is something easy to do and easy to use for all these poor people like my daughter has to wear a mask for 9 hours a day. So this comes in handy and helps with their ears and everything. Okay, so one more thing on your cover stitch. So for people that are learning their machine, the front 3 needles are your cover hem needles. And the other fun thing that we have that I'm a garment sewer. So I am going to show you one other thing to use on here. Okay, there we go. So this is the fabric guide by Baby Lock. And so I'm just going to put on here just so you can see how it attaches. And if you guys have never used it, because I know a lot of you guys got it with your kits for either the triumph or the ovation, this is how you move it. And if you're a garment sewer like me, that's what you aim for. And then on the back, you want that perfectly aligned on the back of your hem. So what I would do is line up my needles where I want them to be on my hem. And then you go like this. And then your hem will be absolutely perfect all the way through when you sew it. So for all you guys that got your fabric guide, this is absolutely fabulous. So I do love that. So that's another tool to use for your cover top. All right, let me get that off. Okay, I'm gonna take my machine, move it away, and I'm gonna show you something to do on your serger. Thank you. Okay, so Floriani came out with these new threads. And I have to say, I love these threads. They did a fantastic job on this thread. And I know with the camera and everything, I don't know if you can see the shine on this. But and it almost looks like it's like corded, something like that. But it's absolutely beautiful, shiny thread that you can use for your cover hem, for a chain stitch, or even if you're just serging on the edges. And I want to show you some things that I did so you can see how pretty this stuff is. So here are some of the, I don't think you guys can see the shine. There's an absolutely gorgeous shine for this Floriani thread. I absolutely love it. And I would also use this kind of thread in any of my garment sewing. If I was doing a jacket and I just wanted the inside to be beautiful, this would be the thread. It sews like butter. I didn't have any breakage. I didn't have any problems with this Floriani thread. But the thing is, we found out from Floriani that this is a limited edition. So I know that we have 4, but I don't know how many we can get in after that. We did not know this was limited. Floriani didn't tell us until we put an order in. So once they're gone, they're gone. And then also I wanted to show you for any of you guys that are serging, and on the Baby Lock, you have the lever on the side that says A, B, C, D on the side. And if you're sewing, I'm going to use maybe this black piece right here. If you're sewing, see how loopy that is? So this is on A. The loopy is okay. I mean, it's not, if you like it that way, that's fine. But if you're kind of fussy like I am, did you all know that you can switch it to B? And there you go. Now you don't have the loopy on it. So just some things to learn about your serger that kind of help out. This thread you're going to love it. So that is for the Floriani thread. And the colors, honestly, are just luscious. I don't have any other word. They're just luscious. And I loved working with them. So one of my favorite things is this thread right here. Okay, now I'm going to show you, we had a lot of requests for the candy bag. So I did break in stuff so you guys can see how to do the candy bags. So let me get all my stuff. Okay. Now the candy bags, they don't have to be candy bags. You can make them any way that you want to. You can use them on any bag or anything like that. It's up to you. But the biggest fad right now is candy bags. So here's one of them. This is a Kit Kat one. This was the Valentine's Day one that I did. And then I did do chain stitching on the front of it. with my serger. And then the whole inside is lined and all that kind of stuff. So that's one way. And then you finish the edges off with your serger. But for you people that don't have a serger, you guys, this is all done on the sewing machine. So all those decorative stitches that you guys have on your sewing machine, decorate it any way that you want to. So I ended up a metallic thread, but not a smooth metallic thread. I ended up using this kind of metallic thread. And it's like it is like a metallic thread. So it is absolutely gorgeous. And this stuff, I didn't have any problems. I mean, honestly, I'm sewing through a bag, and I have lining and everything in this bag. And I did, so this one was on the sewing machine, and I did use my Teflon foot. But I have absolutely no breakage with this glitter thread. So you can do it on the sewing machine or on your serger. No big deal, whatever you want to do. And then the other thing I wanted to test before I said anything to you guys. So my daughter has like these nasty makeup brushes, and she throws her bags away like crazy. So I thought, well, can I make a bag and have iron-on vinyl on both sides of the fabric? Well, yes, you can. So I did that for hers, and I put, this is just a layer cake, one layer cake, and then I put vinyl on it, and then I put it on the back. And that way, when it gets all over the bag, you can wipe it out and not throw another bag away, because those makeup brushes stay. So you can use this on the front and the back of fabric, and they're going to be okay. So what we're going to use is, I brought this stuff in. It's called Slicker Iron-On Vinyl. Absolutely fabulous. But I will say, I'm using it. I put mine out. I laid it out on our table and just put books on top of it. So you can grab any bag that you want. And right now, as I've been to the grocery store, it's Easter. So there's like tons and tons of Easter bags out there. So it's like a heaven for bags. So I still have Christmas bags. So honestly, and I've even seen people do potato chip bags. So if you have someone who has a favorite like Doritos or Cheetos or something like that, go ahead and use those bags. Those are fine too. So you grab your bags and grab whatever pretty side that you want. And what you're going to do is you're going to very carefully where do I want my zipper to be? What do I want it to, where do I want it to be, pretty much? So I figure out where I'm going to put my zipper and cut my bag. And what I'm going to do is, so here's my little girl, M&M girl. And what I'm going to do is, here's the iron-on vinyl, and it does just peel off. Of course, I'm on camera and it doesn't peel off, just to let you know. Okay. Give me a minute here. There we go. And the easiest thing to do, I even use a squeegee. So this obviously came with my Issaquah, so that's what I'm using. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to line it up, and I'm very carefully going to peel my back paper. And I'm going to go like this to get my bubbles out. And I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. Get my bubbles out. And keep squeegeeing. There we go. Save your paper. Don't throw this away, okay? And I'm going to go down. And you can hear all my bubbles coming out. And then I'll trim it off because I don't want this stuff sticking to my ironing board, right? And what you do is you take your paper, put it on top, then you're going to press it just on the directions are on the tube that you get, but do it like on a medium heat, not very hot, and lay it down like this and press it. Don't iron it, okay? So you got it all pressed out. Let it cool down for a second, okay? And then I'm going to add my batting and my backing. And I'm going to put it all together. And I did use a spray adhesive on it to keep all my layers from shifting. And then this is where I went in and I decorated my bag. I would pull out colors. I don't know. I probably do either the red and the green or purple. And I would use a metallic because I like the way it shows up. But you can use anything. You can even use the 12 weight on here. So I would get that all sewn up. And then what I'm going to do here is I do use a longer zipper, not one this long. It's just what I had. And I'm going to lay it on there, on here. And I'm going to sew. Okay. Then you're going to flip your bag and you're going to do the other side for your zipper. Okay. So attach your zipper. And then what you're going to do here is you're going to put your bag together, sew it up. Okay. And there's two ways that you can finish the bag. There is okay. Okay, some people missed out. Some people were okay. So if we have any camera problems, it's Eddie's fault. Sound problems, it's Eddie's fault. Just to let you know. Okay, so we're going to start all over because some people didn't get it. So hold on here. Okay, let me grab this. Okay. Okay, so the iron-on vinyl, which comes in a tube. Okay, go to the grocery store, grab anything you want. We're like I was saying, it's Easter time, so go for it. Grab your Easter stuff, whatever you want. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, cut my seams very, very carefully because as you saw on here, see, I split it. So you have to be very careful. So make sure you have some sharp, sharp scissors to take off your seams. Okay. And then you're going to figure out, where do I want to cut it? Do I want to cut it right here? Maybe I want to cut it down here. That is all personal preference and it's all up to you. Okay. All right. So then I am going to, so we got to pretend here with my, okay, here, pretend I'm going to put this back on. Okay. So I'm going to peel it, lay it on here, use my squeegee, come down, take off paper, come down, get all my bubbles out. Okay. Okay, now I'm ready to go to the iron. And now I'm going to just press. Medium iron, don't do hot because you'll melt it. So just press. Okay, take that off. And then what you're going to do is let it cool just for a couple seconds, okay? And now I'm going to grab batting, my backing, or whatever color you want. It's purple, so I did purple on the back there. Okay, and I did use spray adhesive on this part to stick it to my bag. Not a lot. All I do is very gently go like that and then just press. Not press, but press with my hands. Okay, then I'm all set to go. So serger people can use your chain stitch on here, and you can use that awesome Floriani thread that I showed you guys. And people with a sewing machine, go get your decorative stitches. And then that way, you can decorate it any way you want. And that's when I told you that I used the glitter metallic thread. Okay. And I'm going to go do my design on here. Okay. So now is the time I'm going to add my zipper. And you always want room to play. You don't need one this long. This is just what I had. And I'm going to lay it on here. Okay. I am going to use a zipper foot. And I am going to come right along here on my zipper. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it and I'm going to put the other side on my zipper and sew it on. Okay. And the way that you finish the edges is up to you. You can use your serger or you can use your sewing machine. But there's two different ways of a different look for your bags. You can do where it has the box pleats. And that's when you can pull in your corners however deep you want your bag. This is only 1 inch on here. And then you can go no box pleats. So you can just go ahead and do the corners on that. And you can put a little ribbon on the zipper tab, and then you're all done. And then you have a nice finished bag inside, all ready to go. So it's all personal preference when it comes to you doing your bag and the way you want to decorate it. So I did both. I did the serger and then I did the sewing machine because not everybody has a serger. So there you go. Okay. Put that down here. And this is what it looks like. And so when I get it, I put it on the kitchen table with books so I can flatten it out and stuff. So that makes it way more easier to do. So that's the slicker vinyl that we brought in on that. Okay. So there's that. And if you misplace your paper to press, let's say you threw it away and you can't find it, I do use a pressing sheet instead. And we do have the applique pressing sheets that came in. This is a new style. So I just got informed on that new style and everything. So it's not going to look like mine. Mine's older. But I use my pressing sheet for so many things. I think I have 5 of these things. So if you misplace this, no big deal. Use a pressing sheet for that. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to shift again. So here are some things that I did on the serger. This is all done. These stitches are all done just with your cover hem. And that right here, the glitter pieces that you see, that was this glitter thread that I told you guys about. So it does have a glitter, even a glitter feel to it because it is a rougher than your metallic thread where it's kind of smooth. And it's just easy to make little Christmas bags. And then on here, I did a table runner. And this is all just chain stitch on there. So that's also with the 12 weight thread by Floriani also. So there's so much to do with your cover hem on your serger. Take advantage of it because there is a lot of fun things to do on it. So it's time to have fun with your guys' sergers. Get the dust off them now. Okay. And the other thing, so I showed you the bias foot, which is absolutely, so this one's my favorite. This one's the 36. The other one is the 28. The 28 was a little too small for me, so I didn't really like it. But I do love this 36 one. So that's one of my favorites. And the way I got my idea is Baby Lock put out this, it's called Inspirational Guide for Serger Accessories and Attachments. And I know y'all got your inspiration guides, and I get it. But this book goes beyond your inspiration guides. It actually gives you more ideas on what to do with your feet. So like the inspiration guide tells you about your feet, but it doesn't go beyond that. So that's how I learned about this bias here. And I learned how wide to make it. So that is in here. So I'll show you. Let me show you some. First of all, I'm just going to go through here. And they also show you one of these ideas was my favorite, the weaving. So you make strips with the belt loop binder and you do weaving. And I weaved it on my the wool pressing mat. That way I could put my pins in it. So that was a fun idea. All these ideas I never would have thought of to do without this book. This book gives you incredible ideas on how to use your feet for other things other than just serging your basic stuff. So this is where I got the idea of the binding on the mask. That way it's finished on both sides and I don't have to worry about it. So the other thing, and then this one shows you different ways to use like the heavier threads and how to use decorative threads in your machine. And then it will give you ideas and settings and how to put it on there. So I did like that. And then, let me see here. Oh, the crochet. So we did do a class, Carrie and I did do a class on crocheting, and it was so much fun. And we let the people just do as thick as they wanted to. And a lot of people were adding it to like the bottom of a towel or even like an outfit, and you can add it to the end of your sleeves and stuff, but it will give you specific directions on how to do the crocheting. And it does give you other ideas on how to use your beads, how to do sequins, and it just gives you more ideas on how to use your feet. So this book was like incredible. I mean, it goes through every foot that Baby Lock makes. It talks about every foot. And even though, so like the knit binder, do you know that you don't have to use knit in there? You can use woven. So it just gives you so many more ideas. And it's just something for you to think about doing, because this book is absolutely fabulous. So I love this book. So that's one of my serger things. And let's see here. So the other thing that I did, so here was some of the chain stitches that I did. Maybe that light might be able to glare it down, make it nice and shiny. I think you guys might be able to see it. On chain stitching on the Floriani thread. So I did different colors and stuff. I loved it. It was absolutely beautiful. I can't talk enough about that thread. I had so much fun doing it. And then the other thing that we came out with was the little hooky. And that's where you put your thread in for your ends. If you want to put your tails in through here, that's what the little hooky is for. This and the double eye needle are like a staple in my bag. I love them both, and I use them both. I love them. They're just great. And you do get 2 of them in here. So great deal on that. And then my other thing that I can't live without, I know everybody has tweezers, but I love these, and I'll show you why. These tweezers are like incredibly long. And this is what I love, because this is what I use to get my strip underneath my foot when I was doing my my mask. So this is what I pulled it through. And this one was the only one that I was able to use that was tight enough that it would grab it. My other ones, the strip slipped through it. So love, love, love these tweezers. These are absolutely fabulous. Okay, so that is my serging stuff. Now I'm going to show you some new notions. Hold on there. I'm going to shift everything down. Okay, so I did bring in a book, and I had so much fun with this book. This is called Trendy Table 3. It is brand new. They have a 1 and a 2. So, oh my gosh, I had so much fun. And they have like table runners that you can do like throughout the year. So I'll show you one that I did. I did this one, and I'll show you how different it looks because I like white. So this is the one that I did in white, and you can tell what a big difference between that. So put in your favorite colors, and the directions in this book are fabulous. I was able to bang this out in a couple of hours. So I had a great time with this one. And then the other one that I did is, let's see. Oh, this one. So this one I did, and I didn't like the colors whatsoever. So obviously go beyond the book. And then I'll show you this one because I did mine more modern. So check that out. So this totally fits in our house. My husband's not a flower girl, so we go for more modern type things and blacks and grays and that kind of thing in our kitchen and everything. So this was the one that I turned around for that one. But you would never guess it was the same one as that one. So their patterns are like, in this one, I actually, just the top, not quilting or anything, but just the top I banged out in about an hour and a half. So it was all done, ready to go for me to quilt it after I was done. So the quilt tops are they're very easy to make. There's all seasons on here. And she makes it very easy. And of course, they had to bring the truck in because the truck is very popular. But if you have like jelly rolls, charm packs, and that kind of stuff, this book is absolutely perfect because you can go through your stash and bang out, the tops of these quilts like in no time. So this one was one of my favorite books. So there's that one. Okay. Alrighty. And then Okay, so this, I will have to say, is one of my favorite things. Actually, everything I brought in is one of my favorite things. That's why I brought it in. So the electric seam ripper is an absolute, if you're a quilter and you do these huge quilts like I do, and you get done and you find out that the middle of the quilt, you put the strip upside down. So the last thing I want to do is go through with my seam ripper one by one, especially if you have a queen or a king quilt. You don't want to be doing that. So I brought these in. I'll have to admit, I have 4 of them. I have to have them all over my room. I just have to. So here's my strip. And I think, oh my gosh, I did it wrong. Okay, so all I'm going to do is pop the end. Now I can see my seams, right? So doing this on camera is I'm going to try and get the right angle for this. And see, that way I'm not pulling my seams. I'm not pulling my block. And I'm not stretching it out. And then this, look at that. I'm done like in no time. No pulling. Voila. There we go. And I didn't pull it. I didn't, get it out of shape or anything. So this, I love this seam, or this electric seamer. And it comes with a battery. It comes with a brush. So you get a brush. This is another little type of a guard for it. And then there's your battery. But this is like the best thing if you're a quilter, or even garment. If I've screwed up like on a big seam, I don't want to sit there with my seam ripper and pull all my stuff. So this is very gentle on your seams. You can't, unless you tug at it. But I mean, you saw how easy that was, and I'm not going to take it out of shape or anything. So that is one of the other things that we brought in. So that is the electric seam ripper. And honestly, when you have one, you're going to want more because you want them all over your sewing room. Okay, so that's that. And the other thing I brought in, and I know we've all seen this, you all seen the magnetic pin cushion. Okay, but the reason I chose this one, because I'm going on a retreat this year, and a lot of people are starting to travel and go on retreats now. Check this out. You can put your pins inside, so that way you don't have a cover. If you've ever had the one with a cover, it falls off before you even get off the plane. So love this. And then that way my pins can go in here, and I can put it back in there, and it's all set to go. And it is magnetic, so that way it can sit there at my table wherever I'm at, and my pins can sit up there, and then scoop them, put them in there, and they're all in one place when I get ready to go home. So that is the magnetic pin cushion. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. And the other thing, let me see here. Hold on. So I brought in these pins, and I'm going to need some black. Here we go. Black fabric. I'm going to do these first. I brought in these pins because I have a hard time with writing on black, and I haven't found the perfect black thing. I don't like the chalk. I don't know. But these are, they're water vanishing pins. You get a blue one and a white one, and the tips on these things are awesome. If you can see, they're so fine on there, and I can just mark my stuff and it'd be good. But the thing that I bought it for was this white one. I love this white one. And the funny thing is, it doesn't show up like instantly. So you got to give it a second. So, and then when it gets the air, it gets darker. So don't think, and there it is. So don't think when you're writing, you're thinking, oh my gosh, the thing doesn't even work. Because look, so you write and it doesn't come on there. And then when it gets some air to it, it gets darker. So this is the perfect pin for black fabric. I love it, love it, love it. And but just don't think that it's not working when you first put it on, because you don't see the line at first. So don't panic. It's just one of those air ones that take a couple seconds, and then the pin goes on there. Okay. And then the other thing I brought in were the magic pins. These are fabulous. So I got to try these. And I love them. I fell in love with these pins because look how long they are. I'll show you here. These suckers are long. That's all there is to it. These are so long. And I love them for quilting because with them being so long, I literally can get my foot, my sewing foot, right up to that needle and that seam and literally pull it out as it's going through my foot, and it doesn't interfere with my pin. And these things are heat. You can put heat on them. And I will tell you, because I had to try them out. I always have to try my stuff out. I wanted to see if they were really heat resistant. And they are. But the thing to do, don't sit there and put it in your mouth after you've already heated them up, because I took it out and put it in my mouth. So there's a lesson learned. I stick my pins in my mouth. So what can I say? But these are absolutely fabulous. I love them. They're long, they're skinny, and they're durable. They go through the seams perfectly. And just another great, awesome thing there. Okay. There's that. And the other thing I brought in were these. And I'll have to admit, at first I was like, I don't know. But these sew tights. So they come in, they're all stuck together. So they come in large. They come in small. And the thing that I found cool about it, I will have to say this isn't my invention. I did see it on YouTube. I'm a bag maker. So you have all these seams. So I have cork, I have leather, and I have this hard stuff. I forgot what it's called. And I mean, literally, it's going to hold it. And when I take it to my machine, if I'm top stitching, I'm not worried about my clips being in the way, that I can literally keep this on here and sew right along next to it. And none of my stuff will shift. The sew tights are absolutely fabulous. And for the small ones, they are absolutely perfect because of if you ever do any kind of applique. And they stay in place. I mean, literally, I can sit here and my paper is not going to shift and go around. And I'm not messing with my paper shifting or moving. It absolutely stays in place. So anybody that does any kind of applique or anything like that, these sew tights are absolutely fabulous. So I do love these, I will have to say, because I do a lot of cork. And like you saw here, I do a lot of leather and everything. And when you have the clips on top, it's a pain to move them when you're right in the middle of your top stitching, you know, to stop, go, because I swear you can see it when you do that. So I love the tights on here. And the other thing that you can use it for, I mean, you can use it for pot holders if you're trying to keep them together and you're doing the quilting on them or anything like that. So pot holders, obviously any kind of bag, tote bag, and any kind of applique. These, oh my gosh, I love these. So any kind of small project also you could use these for. All right, and I think, all right, ladies, I think that's it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the sew time and all the projects and everything and all the new stuff that you guys can do with your sergers and even your sewing machines, all the new products that are out for this month. And but don't go anywhere because we still have gifts to give out. And don't forget to log in or get on Sew Expo. We are doing the Baby Lock booth. So Eddie will be doing a presentation. I think Mo will be doing a presentation later on the Baby Lock booth at Sew Expo. So yeah, so check us out there. And I do thank you guys for being with us today. Had a wonderful time.
You have to come down. The camera won't go up.
Oh, the camera's stuck. There we
There
go.
we go.
Well, we're sorry for our audio learning experience today, but it is our first time doing Sew Time Club, and every single one we're going to improve on technology-wise. Thank goodness we got a camera that moves by itself and zooms in and out. Now, you might be wondering, what's coming up in April. Well, let me tell you, Mo Pfister will be our presenter, and she's going to be doing the topic Applique for anyone. That's right, Applique for anyone, and it's going to be great. And by the way, Debbie, you were great.
Thank you.
So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love the notions. Love the fact that we're showing several projects that you can do at home, and intermingling it with things that are unique that you can buy. By the way, you can also order the notions that Debbie showed you on today's Sew Time Club by going back to our website, clicking on your Sew Time tab at the top right, and you're going to see the notions all there for you to put into a cart. Or, of course, with a mask, you're always welcome to come into the store and purchase it. And your discount is clearly listed, your full 20% discount. Now, we also need to say again, because our audio is so bad in the beginning, that it's Sew Expo time. And Sew Expo time is an exciting time. And if you want to see the bundles and the rebates and the specials from the Baby Lock booth, which we are responsible for, you can also view that on our website at issaquahsewvac.com, which is not just our site, it's your site. And then finally, we've got some winners.
Yay!
We've got winners. So I'm going to quickly read the winners, and congratulations. The 120-inch measuring tape is won by Mary Hedman. The titanium needles by Lenita Foley. Another pack of titanium needles for Alice Curtis. A notebook for Joyce Holloway. A notebook for Debbie Kuhlman. Scissors, winner Lori Towers. Scissors, Rhonda Brown. QS, what does QS stand for? Quilter Select. Ruler handle. Angie Butterworth.
Oh.
Charm Pack, Chestnut Street. Laura McCrory. And Charm Pack, Fresh Off the Vine, Carol Dagelman.
Yay!
So congratulations to February's winners. We look forward to seeing you in April. We also want to make one more little announcement. And in the month of March, we would like you to actually send to our email, that's issaquahsewvac@gmail.com, any of your shares, meaning pictures of your projects that you've been working on. And we would like to have a little segment in this time where we share it with everybody. So it's kind of like show and tell. So we hope that you enjoyed this. And on behalf of our entire staff, Mo, Debbie, Carrie, Jonathan, Scott, Thomas, myself, and Kirsten, and Hannah, thank you for being a part of Issaquah Sewing and Vacuum. And we'll see you in April. Bye.